What can we expect tomorrow?
Well, the rain has started tonight, and then we'll go through the rain tomorrow, too. So we'll wait and wait and wait for it to switch over to snow. And when we wait, obviously, you get really nervous as a meteorologist for the snow to fly in the places that you think it's going to. And it's always one of those cases where, there's a break point where you kind of stop waiting if the storm is not going to materialize. By the way, we've had up to 5 tornado watches across the Mid-South. This has been a very energetic storm in that sense. The rain showers never made it up to Portsmouth, Newburyport, up into Salisbury, Gloucester, and even Beverly just barely got a sprinkle. Same with Lawrence. So what does that mean? Well, it's having a hard time saturating the atmosphere. It'll eventually do that. And tomorrow, here's the brunt of it. You can see it hitting us pretty hard tomorrow afternoon. Heavy rain is possible, up to 2 inches, although a lot of us have backed off of that. 2 would be a reach at this point, but still an inch and a half. Solid inch and a half of rain. Strong winds gusting to 40 to 60 miles an hour. As you heard along Revere, they're a little nervous about that. And minor snow accumulation, Worcester Hills, southern New Hampshire. Coastal flooding too, minor to moderate time of high tide on Thursday morning. So again, the peak of the storm is Wednesday night. Here's the second phase of it. We get rid of the tonight showers, and then tomorrow we step into the steadier rain between about 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. That eventually does punch up across northeastern Mass and the seacoast and gets to you in the afternoon. Then we're right into it on 6 to 8 o'clock, we'll say, in that time frame. Heavy rain hitting, some sleet as well in southern New Hampshire. And then our chance for snow late Wednesday night, very early Thursday morning, wee hours of the morning up until mid-morning. After that, the temperature should rise and the storm pulls away into the afternoon. There's not much of anything. What happened to our nor'easter, right? Well, it's sitting in the Gulf of Maine at that point. So we're looking at maybe up to an inch in some spots on the North Shore, and then maybe 3 to 5, although admittedly a lot of that 3 to 5 should be in the elevated terrain out near Pepperell and back into Lunenburg, Fitchburg as well. 3 to 5 through Nashua up towards Danville, New Hampshire, and then this 1 to 3 in a narrow band through Dracut, Tingsboro, Groton, Sterling, and down into Worcester as well. And then a coating of snow is possible. Rowley, and also through Lawrence, Bedford, Marlborough, Billerica, and also back over towards Newton. That's it. Yeah, just a coating, and that could be as little as half an inch. You see the swirl here, their storm center is just north of Chicago right now. Wind ahead of it, wind behind it. Hope you like wind. We have plenty of that. Cape Ann to Portsmouth and on the South Shore, too. It really hits the North Shore hardest here, and Outer Cape, too, 45 to 55. Elsewhere, 40 to 45. That's including the suburbs of Boston, immediate suburbs, all the way from Woburn and down into about Stoughton and Canton. And then 30 to 40 miles an hour, Greater Worcester and on out into outer route 2. That dip is the drop in the wind speeds. This is the timeline you're looking at. And by afternoon, it drops on Thursday, ramping up a little bit on Friday. Coastal flood threat is early Thursday morning. This is not like the January and March tides that we saw flooding everything and creating some devastation. This is not because it's not the astronomically high tide. Guess when that is? Yep, it's during the eclipse. That's right. That's the new moon that comes out during the eclipse. That's what we have the eclipse. So we're a few days from that. So minor to moderate coastal flooding. Edgartown is one of those spots that could have the moderate. And then we have a couple of showers on Saturday, dry out a little bit on Sunday, and then we're warmer than normal next week. And everybody's just celebrating this fact, how we quickly turn it around next week. Monday, the eclipse day, you go back to 60 and in the 60s next week. Looks good. We're back after the break.